This novel is really so much a novel of both Western Massachusetts and New York in some way, in a kind of tension and movement between the two places. Although I think that in the novel it doesn't end up being as concrete as it is in my life, where New York represents, I don't know, my youth or something to me, and then this is more where I really started to learn harder and I think more interesting things. And it's a particular kind of landscape where things can be really hidden and secret and disappear, and then you can come around a particular corner and come on this full vista. And so I was thinking, this landscape was really in me, and I wanted it to be in the book. The more I wrote, the more I think Mary, Edwin's wife, came into focus for me, because I think that, the more you investigate a story of a person who's made some incredible work of art, or, an artist, or someone whose biography you're interested in, I always become almost more interested in the story, which is often hidden, of the woman or the man that this person spent most of their life with. And I feel like the artist, something of Edwin is left for us in that painting or in this house, and Mary is gone, and yet you somehow think and know from your own experience that that person couldn't do anything that they've done without the one who's been there always. And so Edwin and Mary go off to New York for a year. I was really became more interested in what that must have meant for Mary, who had never left. She'd never, as far as I know, left this sort of 10 square miles of this farmland. It's an interesting thing working with history. I think for a number of years I was actually really afraid to write this novel, because I felt, what gives you the right to write about these other people? And then I realized it's sort of what we do all the time. I mean, it's a version of gossip in a way, an extended version of gossip, and that we're always thinking about other people's lives or our own lives. It's very humbling to really try to work with history, and I think, and reassuring, because there's a way in which working on it made, the 1860s and the 1870s and, through 1900 feel like it was, as intimate as a sock, something you could really just touch. And I think, that's what it's like to live where we live. But I tried to use history as a touchstone, in the sense that I knew where they started and I knew where they were going. I wanted to put myself back to a time when there was really no shame in believing that a sentence could actually shape and define something. I hope that people read it and that they find it worth those hours, because it seems like the story of so many of our lives these days is about not enough time, and that a novel is something that requires time. Embracing that kind of hope for the written word.